But like I said, I'm basically happy to be here, and I don't know where to start. But the session will be interactive, as all of us know ourselves. So today I just want to give an ideology of a towing van. How many of us know a towing van? Jessica, what do you think a towing van is?
It's a bigger vehicle that's used to
Pull a smaller one.
vehicle that is kind
Okay, Mike, what do you think a towing van is?
A towing van is a very big and strong van that is used when probably a vehicle has issues, so they use to pull it.
So, have you ever seen the towing van pulling a car bigger than itself? Are you sure? Well, I've seen.
I've seen actually. I've seen.
You have seen a towing van pulling a car bigger
Yes,
than itself?
yeah. So it's actually not about the size, it's about the functionality.
Yes.
So the towing van is towing a car that is not functioning.
Awesome. Okay, so you see, in our walk around life, there are times every one of us will need a towing van. It is free to insult all the vulcanizers on the road because you have new tires. So because you just bought a new car, the tires are new, then you started insulting every vulcanizer you see. What do I want to do with this one? What do I want to do with this one? It is free because sooner than later the tires will get old and you will need those guys. So on your way, as you journey through the life, one, you will need to know that it will get harder. It won't get easier. And in the words of the legendary Lucky Dube, he said, be good to the people as you climb up. Because sometimes you may just meet them where you need to come down. So I want to just give a point because, like I said, we're more interactive on what the towing van mechanism is. Everybody in life actually needs a towing van. Like Dr. Mewazi said, there is nothing you can do in this life that will immune you from trouble. He said you don't even need to have troubles. Troubles already have you. That's key. Troubles already have you. So there's nothing you can do in life that will immune you from trouble. So as you go through life, you have to, at a point in life, look for the towing vans of life. Because whether you like it or not, a point will come, you're going to break down. Whether you like it or not. The life is undulating. There are ups and there are downs. There are seasons of fat cows and seasons of the thin cows. Those are biblical principles to explain what life is all about. And from my little experience going through, I discovered that most times when something big wants to happen, what announces it is trouble. Your big break in life is announced by troubles. So if you're one of those people who are scared of troubles, or troubles, you don't have any challenge now, it's already a pointer that your big break is stiffer. Because if you will break through, it literally means the word break through, meaning you have to break until you are through. You have to literally break. So sometimes it's quite difficult. For those who have spoken to, I had explained that if Joseph was told in prison that he would be prime minister, he wouldn't have believed it. In fact, when they conspired to sell him, to him it was an attack. But to the master planner, it's a strategy to achieve his destiny. Just check through history and through all the accounts of anything you have read. the way breakthroughs are announced is in the midst of chaos. The best time to prepare for, the best time to pursue peace is in time of war. Nobody ever say they are enjoying peace without fighting war. So war is actually very important. You can't escape it. The Bible says there was war in heaven. Michael and his boys was fighting against Lucifer. If where God is, the seat of God, there is war. There was war there. Is it in your small environment that there will be no war? So the first point I'm trying to make is, without standing the risk of prophesying, you will have problems. That is, you must first of all know that. Then once you now start seeing problems as stepping stones, some people see it as stumbling block because they roll it to them. Why so see it as stepping stones? When you start seeing problems, whatever cadre, be it a personal, business, relationship, anytime you see bulk of problems, it's already a sign and a pointer that the next big break is coming. But the challenge we have is most people give up before the break. No matter how, even though it's 3 days darkness, no matter how long the darkness is, light must come. There must be daylight. But most people who did not pull through, at the verge of the breakthrough, they surrender. And many people will call it near success syndrome. Some people believe it's demonic. I personally do not believe so. That I just believe that it is individuals who decide to faint in the days of adversaries. The Bible says if you faint in the days of adversaries, it's not because you ought to faint, it's because your strength is small. And what determines strength is hope. If somebody lock you in a room and tell you that you're going to be there for 10 days, and as soon as you come out, they will give you $2 million. No matter the debt, and when they lock you inside that room, there's no food, there's no water. But when you come out, you receive $2 million for 10 days. No matter the debt that comes, you will survive. You will survive. Because you know that you will even be waiting for time. Because you know that as soon as this door is open, at the 10th day, you are rich. So you will endure it. So the reason most people fail is because they don't try to see the end from their present situation. So they give up. I bet you if you keep me in a room and you tell me that in 10 days, if you open, no food, no water, after 10 days, come and open. In fact, I will never be thinking I'm inside the room. Because what anybody who is normal, what the person should be thinking around that time is the eye will be in the $2 million. The Bible says for the promise ahead, Jesus himself despised the shame. Because he's already seen the end from the beginning. So anytime you are faced with challenges, because like I said, the challenges must come, try to see the bigger picture, the end. If you are very myopic in your thinking and you look for immediate gains, it becomes a challenge. You see, as an apostle of correction, I'll be making references to the Bible, not because it's just a holy book per se, but because everything you go through in life is written there. In any field you are, of 150 million, then you bring in a cow 35,000 to come and tow it. So because of that, they run down their towing van. They refuse it. And some of them will hear their name no more. They just crash. Now, the towing van may be people from all sorts. It may not be, in fact, from experience, there were people I was serving then, I work with them, and by my calculation, if I will ever break through, it has to be from them. That was my calculation. But you see, nature and God has a way to make sure nobody takes glory. So if you are putting your foresight on somebody that this is the person that will bring the breakthrough, nothing may happen to the person, but God may find another way. So that even the person you are putting hope on will know that he is not the one that did this. That is very key. Just that it's not the one that is. So most of them rejected their towing van. The towing van may be a slave girl, like in the case of is it Aman? Naaman in the Bible, who had leprosy. In some case, he was hiding in his house because in those days, once you are leper, you're not even supposed to be in the city. There's a place they keep lepers outside the city. But soon he was hiding, his family concealed it. But because at that point, he was just waiting to die. And a slave girl who does not look like it was one who suggested his elevation. I can give examples on and on and on. Recently I was listening to Davido was speaking on the interview, and he was giving a shout out to Techno. That there was a time a whole year he couldn't sing. Not that he doesn't know how to sing, but there was no hit song. He said all of a sudden the Techno just called him off the blue and give him a song he wrote to sing, and that was If. If I tell you, it was actually Techno that wrote the song, and that song became a big hit. Now, if you look at Davido and Techno, everybody naturally knows that Davido is a bigger artist compared to Techno, but the towing van he needed when he came to the end was even lesser. My point is, the people God is sending your way to actually take you from where you are to where you need to be don't look like it. That's number one. They don't look like it. Then number two, if there is peace, it is not time for the elevation. The elevation we are talking about comes with chaos. When people will misjudge you, anything you say will be against you. You know, when Dr. Abraham was here, I asked a question that I'm not really quite satisfied with the answer he gave. Because every day, sometimes when I try to learn in my thought, I look at the story of Mary, very peculiar story, and I've always used it as an example. A girl who said she's a virgin and she wants to marry a man, came back few weeks to tell the man that she's pregnant. The man said, how can you be pregnant? I thought you said you're a virgin. She said yes. Okay, so who owns the pregnancy? She said nobody. That a ghost is the one that impregnated her. If you are Mary's mother and your daughter comes to tell you that the person she wants to marry to is not the one responsible for the pregnancy, and that she doesn't even know, it's not anybody, she's still a virgin, but she is pregnant. I just want you to imagine that kind of story. You will just be laughing at the person. Say, who is this girl thinking we're a small child? So in life, when all the evidences are against you, but you know you didn't do it, what do you do in such situation? What do? You know you did, like in case of Mary. She knows she didn't sleep with them and she was still a virgin. But all the evidences were against her. By knowledge, she can't prove the situation because, of course, she's pregnant. It's clear. It's now obvious. The husband, she knows the husband to be did not sleep with her. She said nobody. They confirmed she's a virgin. She said a ghost. Now, but that's not really, but the point is, in that situation, God called her favored. Not just favored, highly favored. He said, Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. He said, blessed are you amongst women. God called her situation highly favored. So it means even when she was in that chaos, God was with her. Because like I always say, any setback is actually a setup for a step up. So in that situation, God was with her. When she couldn't explain how she got pregnant, God was still with her. And God called her situation favor. But for the little girl, it's trouble. That's the point I'm trying to raise. Joseph, on the other hand, when he was in the prison and the rest, he didn't get a clear prophecy. Nobody came to say anything. He was locked in prison, about to die, sentenced to death. but God was with him. He didn't know it was favor. And like my pastor, Pastor Biodun, will always say, when he came out from prison, the Pharaoh removed his ring and gave to him. The ring was the size. The ring, one person was in the palace enjoying, eating all the years, while another person is inside the prison lean. But when he came out and the king removed it and gave to him, it was the size. So it is strategically planned. So what I'm saying is that most times the things we go through is actually a plan. God has planned it. It is not an attack. It is when you start seeing it as an attack, it becomes a problem. Because the tool God gave to man is what they call will. That's the ability to make choices. Angels don't have it. It's whatever the Father ordered them to do, that's what they do. But for man has choices. So even if the evil ones will not come to you by force, they only suggest to you to do things that will self-destruct you. No devil has any power to touch any human being. The devil will only come and suggest things to you that by doing those things, you yourself will self-destruct yourself. That's the strategy. And God will also suggest things to you that once you do those things, you will get to the destination He has asked you to go to. I've always been a strong advocate about people standing very firm when it comes to difficult situations. It is not as easy as it seems. We will have those challenges. But like one of my favorite scripture, 1 Corinthians 10:13, the Bible says there is no temptation facing you but such as is common to man. Meaning what you are facing is already common. People have seen it before. You are not the first. You say, but God is faithful. He will not let that which is above you come to you. So meaning any problem that comes to you, you have the capacity to handle it. And the solution is normally around you. But sometimes we look far. Like the old saying, what you are looking for in Sokoto is in your Shokoto. The solution is always around you, be it in your business, in your personal life, everything. But sometimes we look very far and we miss it. Why the solution is actually staring up in your face. Sometimes, like I said, there are people who naturally don't look like it, but they are the towing vans. Because as at that point, you are already stranded on the road of life. Sometimes midnight. You don't know what to do. You're already stranded. There was a time, I've told the story before, I'll say it again, that God saved me from death. It looks simple, but it was death actually. I was driving from around Wuse Market heading to our office then in insurance building. On my way, just by this junction, this Grand Square junction, close to the junction, my car just stopped. I tried to turn the key. I saw that there was no light. I was on central lock. I couldn't open it. That was there I even knew the glass was very strong. I tried to eat it. There was nothing I could do. I was just stranded inside the car. Everybody who is passing on my phone light, I was trying to give people sign because it was even tinted. I was trying to give people sign that Nigerians, although if God did not send someone to help you, no matter what you do, they will not help you. They look at me actually doing like this. They drove past. Everyone drove past. Apparently the battery head has removed and the doors are already locked. And guess what? I just hear pan. Heavy trailer. Those ones that don't have brake. Do you know what I tried to do then? Was to remove the head, to use that sharp edge to hit the glass. But even after that, I was already under tension. The head that normally I would remove became a problem to pull it because I was already under tension. The traffic guy, I don't even know. I just raised I saw him in front of my car. I just pulled the bonnet. As it opens, it touched the battery head. I started the car and took off. As in, I drove like this, the trailer just passed. They don't have they'll just crush you because even by the law of driving, you shouldn't stand in the center of the road. And even though you are there, you should put your hazard lights to show that the car is spoiled. But this one, nothing. I can't even come down. The reason I'm still seated there talking today is because that guy lived. He was sent that day to deliver me. The people will pull you out from the dungeons of life. They don't look like it. And sometimes when they are doing it, they don't even know they are doing you a favor. Sometimes they don't even know you. They don't even know they are even doing you a favor. Point is, you have to be nice to everyone. No matter how they look. Your security, in your office. In our Center for Management Training, they told us that if the GM does not cooperate well with the other GM will frustrate the GM. You know, there are two GMs in every company, no matter how big. There's the gate man and the general manager. That other GM, the gate man, can stop your biggest client from coming to see you by insulting the person. I'm not going to put this gate for you. Can your face get out? All these ritualists. You know, it looks like Job, but such statement, but the person coming to you is on recommendation, he has never met you. Just things like that can just scatter everything. So everybody is important. There are two types of leaders. The one that is loved and the one that is feared. So you just have to make choice. The one that is loved normally survives generations. People naturally see their kids and do them good. I was telling somebody who got a job in CBN because they saw the application, they saw Akunyili. They thought it was Dora's child, and it was not Dora's child. But the name alone gave that girl a special favor. Then why the one that is feared? The moment they die, people celebrate. You will see every party. But while they are alive, everybody compose themselves. They will do exactly what they need to do, because if you don't do it, you may just die. But after their death, their character begins to haunt their kids afterwards. So it's good you rather become the leader that is loved. That you inspire people to just love you. That way, even your dog, they'll take care of the dog. When even you're absent. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Even you're absent. So basically, I'm just giving counsel. And today I think I'm giving a guilt-free pass 1 hour. What that means is you can ask me any question. Guilt-free, no offense taken. In the next 1 hour, you can ask, no matter how personal the question is. Because your questions will also bring out some information that you may not have. So like I said, you can ask questions at any time you want. So as you leave this place, please try to look around you. Check what you're going through right now. And see if you have actually mistreated your towing vans. And if you have, it's good you start making amends very fast. Everything is amendable. Quickly start making amends, because you may actually need them tomorrow. And because like I said, when I asked Dr. Abraham that question on the issue of when all the evidence are against you, I don't know if there's anybody who have been in that situation before. Is there anybody who have been in that situation? If there's somebody, can you share? Or no, nobody wants to share? You want to say something, sir? Yes, sir.
I'm not sharing, but I just want to put it into light here.
Okay.
I think sometimes I feel it's fear that is always making us to prove a point where you want people to understand that you are innocent. That is to me. Whenever I know I am right, I don't explain. That is my life. Because I know time heals injury. No matter how long it will take, you must surely be vindicated. But sometimes we rush to try for the world to understand. No, this is, even before they ask, you say, no, I wasn't. No. I feel if you know you are right and you feel you know you are not guilty, let the whole world say you are. But right inside you, if you know you are right, I think the belief in you will give you inner peace. If you don't have fear, I'm talking from my own side, because some of us have fear. So we try to explain every little thing for people to understand. You know, I'm not the one, I was coming in, so the boss saw me, I was opening the drawer. No, fine. I don't explain, I don't want you to understand. I stand on my ground, and that is how it is. Even if it will take 2 years, 3 years, 1 day, people will know that you are right.
Yeah.
I know you very well. Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Understand? I can share some of your experience, but time has healed some things
Sure.
that I cannot see.
Yeah. Central is talking from Ima. He's talking from a point of experience. No, we'll call him Central. He's talking from a point of experience. Now, like there's something too that happens to him that led me to a saying. There was one time somebody came to me and was telling me of some certain things he did, but I know he didn't do it because I know his personality. He said this, he said that, he knows what I'm talking about. He said this, he said that, this. So he said, what do I think? He now asked me the question. I said, sir, he was my boss. I said, sir, personally, I think there are no padlocks strong enough to imprison the truth. That's what I said. I remember I said it to him. I said, personally, I don't think there's any, I said there are no padlocks strong enough to imprison the truth. At a time, the truth will come out. And like Ima said, over time. So me personally, I've been in a situation, he knows what I'm talking about, where all the evidences, you know they call evidences, pointed against me. But if, so something like Ima will remember, my reaction is simple, I didn't say anything. As in the attacks were coming from two directions. My then place of work and my then place of church, where I was worshiping there. Two directions at the same time. These ones were raising their own on the internet. These ones were raising their own. I saw disclaimer, one Mevon Samuel Jr. I saw notes, Special General Police, take this, different things on the internet. I never commented on the post. I behaved as if I didn't see it. I did not respond to anybody. I kept quiet. And like you say, time has adjusted itself and everybody has understood. So it's also another very important lesson you should learn. It's not every time somebody tell you waka, you go reply shege. It's not every time. Somebody, a wise person say, if you stand to pick stone and stone every dog that bark at you on the way, you will never get to your destination. Pastor Biodi rightly captured it. He said, if you focus on your focus, you will soon become the focus. Just focus. You just face your front. If you anybody, because somebody says something, then the fact that somebody insulted you, Mike, and say if you are there, ask, beat me. You really went to the person's house to beat him. Oh, those ones are unnecessary, because you also, like, there's something you must know. If you want to be best at everything you do, if you want to be at the top in anything you decide to do in life, know that you must be a topic. You must be a topic. Do you know, I've been somewhere, precisely KJ Grill. I had people discussing about Mevon right in front of me. They would talk you with confidence. I said, I get no see number here. I get number. I actually my number, but I was there, didn't know it was me. If you seek serious discussion. So you see people that even talk trash about you, don't even know your face, can't talk of your person. So that's why you cannot even respond to them. See, in all that getting in this life, in all that getting, get money. Let me say it again. In all that getting, the Bible says in all that getting, get understanding. But Mevon Samuel Jr. translation say wisdom is the principal thing. In all that getting, get money. That's the Bible according to MSG. There's something church told me some time ago one evening in my house, and if I just about it, I would just be laughing. Church say anytime an elder brother wants to talk in a meeting, let me put it like this, anytime a poor elder brother wants to talk amongst a meeting where his younger brothers are who have money, they will just say, Benjamin, please, you're causing confusion. Anytime I talk of it, I just laugh. You know, when part of ask, maybe if he decides to say, Benjamin, please stop causing confusion here. Because they know he doesn't have money. Do you know I know somebody whose mother died and they buried her? They didn't tell the other brother. Yes. When you start getting angry, they say, okay, if we tell you what you go do, what will you even have done? So, anybody who tell you that money is evil, the person is a liar from the pit of hell. Everybody have problems. But it's better you sit in your macho imitama and cry than to sit in a leaking roof in Alta Balefe and cry. Problems are in hierarchy. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, the question is relating to the when all evidence against you, but this time around it's not about you. Okay, what are you going to do in a situation where you have a close friend and they come to tell you lots of negative things about that person, and in that situation at that time, most of the things that they are telling you, all evidence is against that person. Because you've seen traces, you've seen seeds of what they're telling you the person has done before. And before then, you've actually been having this witness in you that says something like a red flag about that person. But because of you feel it's not nice to just cut relationship off from that friend because you guys have been through a lot together, how are you going to handle that kind of situation?
And you don't want to quit the relationship.
No, it's not like you don't want to cut off the friendship, but let it not be like it's just because someone came to come and tell you things.
And you are seeing traces of it.
Like you're seeing all the evidence.
Even without the person coming to tell you.
Yes, but it's not like it's verbatim. Now, what the person came to tell me is like what has happened in the past. The person's past, like the person came to tell me about what has happened in the person's past. But now I'm seeing traces of that thing now in that person's life again.
Okay, two things I think you should know. One, the character of a well-formed adult. I mean, an adult that's already above 21, 22. The character of that adult hardly change, but the attitude changes. They are not the same. The character of an adult man hardly change, but the attitude of the person can change. Attitude is just the way you see things and how you react to it. And sometimes experiences can make you change it. So attitude is more of the lifestyle. You understand? For example, somebody who drink and drive and he get head collision with trailer, then he survive. I bet you the next time he see alcohol, if he likes his life, even though he drinks, he will not want to drive. Because life has already taught him lessons, so he has changed his attitude towards that kind of... Now, personally, it could be that the person have those attitudes. But one thing I need you to do personally, let people know you are not receptive to news about other people. You have to be deliberate.
Okay.
That you see this Jessica, you cannot bring any other person gist to her. She will just trash you. People should know, they should define it. Someone like me, I don't say it verbatim, but those who know me, I don't condone it. They say, well, I will use joke and wave it off. I'll find a strategy to just remove the matter. They come to me and say, Mevon, I hear say this. Before you even make you hear say it, okay, I will just find a way to trash it. If people know you are receptive to it, they will be coming to talk.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
And those people, those same people, are also taking your matter to the other people.
Because when I got news, I actually overreacted because my friend, we've been friends for like 2 years. I was on my own. She came to me and tell me what happened in the past. No answer. Like maybe when we were talking once in a while, she would tell me this is what happened. Now everything she told me, the topic is the same, but the story is
Different.
different. And what someone else said, the topic is the same, but what she told me is different from what other people knew. And I'm like, it's better you don't tell me about your past. The past is your past, so I don't know why you're telling me about it, and then it's a lie. So I overreacted, and then today I just made up my mind that even though all evidence is like
Number one, first, like I said, be deliberate. People should know that they cannot come and tell you stuff. Any woman, when I mean woman, I mean the female gender, who can handle that part of her life, or is already 80% successful. It will help you both in your marriage, in your business, in your career. Most challenges women have is that part. Believe me, that's the biggest trouble. The trouble of listening to what people say, and they will start reacting just like you did. So let people already know that, in fact, in that area, be like a man. You know, guys will bring past gist, and it will be like a comedy. They will gist, they will laugh. You be bad guy. You. That's the end. But ladies on the other hand will take it very serious. Then sometimes you start hearing petty talk. Hey, what I tell you? This person go tell me. This person go tell me. I had a very funny story of two friends who decided to confess to each other. One started saying all the bad things she has done, all the things she has done. This also her weakness. She was saying everything to the other friend. So when it was the other friend to say her own, she said her only challenge is anything she hear, she can't keep quiet. That's her weakness. So meaning this thing you just said now, it's about to go viral. So it's simple. Look for the strength of everybody. All of us are not the same. Everybody has their capacity. Look for the strength. If you know you have a secret and you must share it, tell a lizard. Don't tell a parrot. Because lizard, even though you fuck under for 3 stories, they won't say it. But if you tell a parrot, as every greeting, he will say, you don't hear? The person will even start it. And you see, as little as these things, lives have ended. People have gone to jail because of them say, this one say, this one say. So first of all, the way to solve it permanently, don't be receptive to such kind of talk. If your friends will not talk of business, will not talk of issues of what's going on, or you guys have a game you play, maybe Scrabble, chairs, all of this one, you guys sit and gist, you don't need to keep such people. If one of the way to measure your progress in life is by your phone contacts. If everybody in your contacts is the same people you have 2 years ago, you are not making progress. Because if God wants to bless you, he will send you somebody new. And if Satan also wants to destroy you, he will also send you somebody new. So your ability to meet new people, every human being is a door. That's what will take you to your next level. The reason why all of us are here is because we met at one point. And for me, you don't know, through you, I don't know how I'll meet. Through her, I don't know who I'll meet. Yes, sir. You may want to have a birthday now, you invite all of us. Of course, we're a club. From that birthday, I may meet somebody I needed to meet. Yes, and so that's the reason for fellowship, for koinonia, for relationships. It's not to come and tell. In fact, anybody who always refer to the past, you should never be talking to such people. Yes, and people no longer. Those ones are just like people are talking on movie. Are talking on Shocky. You know Shocky. Though maybe not. It's not in your generation. Sometimes you know Shocky. That movie, that baby doll, Shocky. All those old films. Yes, and so there are things we have gone past. So please make sure you don't attend that. Then also, there's a point you need to know. Anini, if you study about him, he was a very dangerous arm robber. But he has one girlfriend he loves. Anini does not do your money or your life. As he meets, he shoots you. Before he will find out whether you have money. All this your money, where is the money? No, you are dead first. Then they will now check your pocket, check around the house. He was very brutal. If I read his history, when he was terrorizing Warri, Delta, Saple, Lagos Road. But even as deadly as he was, killing people up and down every week, he and himself and his squad, he has a girl he loves so much. When they found out it was the girl they used to get him. What am I trying to say? When the wise men heard about Jesus, they came with gifts. When Herod heard about him, he came with sword. The same news, different reaction. So that guy may be all that to them, but to you, he may not be that. I don't know that you get the point I'm trying to make.
Well, what I'm trying to say is like what they told me.
You are seeing the traces.
Like we're just like best friends and what she told me, I'm seeing traces like.
But traces is not it.
Like what if like it has happened?
That's what I'm saying. Anini's girlfriend knows that Anini kills people. She's fully aware. She knows it's that deadly. She knows what he does. But to her, he loves her. He has never even slapped her. Come talk or point a gun at her.
But those things have happened to me and I just forgive.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Then it is no longer a gist.
So my friend now told me that she's not telling me because she wants me to like confront my friend or that she just wants me to be careful. And then when I bring gist to tell her, she would deny everything and say,
Okay.
for me, I'm saying like, okay, let me say one. The friend told me that she steals and she has stolen from me before. But I just
Okay.
forgive the whole situation. So most of the things like, if I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I should.
But have you have a discussion with the person?
Yes.
And the person accept. Okay, the person deny that I didn't do that.
She will deny everything.
And
What she told me that is true.
Okay. Except
So it's working out for my mental.
yes, except God told you, like Jesus, that you must have to die so that he can reclaim his people. If not, once you see danger, flee from it. Because such friend is not what about what she steals from you that matters. You may take her to a very high profile meeting and she steal the boss biro. And there are some people I know, if you go to some mafia meeting, somebody must die. That's when the meeting must complete. They will just look for who offended them, just to shoot person. If you ever sit with those drug cartel guys, somebody must just die. One person must do something wrong. So in such a gathering, such a friend can cut off your helper forever. It's not you, but the who you carry. Do you know God promised to bless Abraham? But when Abraham left his father's house, he was not blessed. He was moving to and fro. He would have said, but why God lied? But he said he was going to bless me. Why am I moving to and fro like this? Until one day he got wisdom. He said, Lot, the land is big. I think you should go, choose where you will go. Let me choose where I will go. Lot said, okay, I will go to this side. Say, Lord, go. The Bible says, as Lot left him, He has not even reached it. As Lot just left, then God spoke to Abraham. Abraham, from where you are standing, I have given you. So the reason the blessing did not come is because God said, Abraham, get out of your father's house, get out of your country, get out of your kindred, meaning the people who have relationship with you. Leave them. You want to carry Lot. Anytime Jonah is in your boat, you will lose your property. You will lose your property. When Jonah was in the boat, the guys were throwing their property into the sea, thinking they were making sacrifices. Jonah said, no, I am the problem. So once you know you have such people, you know what I do? If it's me, I will hold their hands and share the grace. Now may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ,
Okay, now yeah,
the love of God.
share the grace. This girl went to my house to go and tell my mom to beg me.
Okay, then Center, please say something. I know you want to say something.
Yes. I want to say something. Why do we make friends? We make friends because we are like minds. We don't just meet people on the road together and become friends. And we just meet you today, we start gisting. I will find out that the kind of things I like, you like it. The kind of my ideas are the kind of, that is why we make friends.
Yeah.
We don't make friends that will suffer us. Every day we are solving issues. These are not friends. We are just working partners.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it will take you years to build reputations, but one foolish friend within some seconds can destroy all you have built in your life. It will take you years again to explain yourself,
Again, you see.
to clear your conscience. So I don't think you should be managing people as friends. You can help them, not that you must call them, but they are not.
Yes. In fact, for the fact that she went to beg your mom, should be the end. That is it. So if after now, you guys are still together, it's your fault.
No, man, I blocked my number.
No need to. That's what you should not do. What you should not do is to separate from people in a manner that does not make sense. Because one day you may be driving on the road and armed robbers block you. And they say, everybody lie down. You're surprised that your friend shows up. She's the one with the gun. But because you guys separated as friends, she'll say, oh, JC is here. Oh, this mission, I can't do it. This girl is good to me. Oh yeah, all of you. Because this girl is here, you are all safe. I've had experience. Not me personally, my brother. Along Jos Road. As he was rushed to lie that his passport failed, they saw his name, Mevon Emmanuel. They said, do you know Mevon Samuel Jr? He said, yes. All those stubborn boys on Jos Road. When we were together at Uni Jos. Say, you know him? He said, it's your brother? He said, yes. Are you sure? He said, yes. It's like, according to you, say one guy said, "Anna too, they even look alike small." He said that his son, they gave him transport to continue his journey. So maybe it's probably those boys on the streets that when they pass at the head there, Alpha, sometimes when I take go. Probably. I may not even know them. I may not know them. Yes, so you don't block the person, or you just like say, see, I'm busy now, there are things I'm working on, we can't actually be. They try to dodge her. Use strategy, use wisdom. At a point, you will know that you are drifting away, but all those blocking strategy is not nice. Yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. I have a question. As regards when all evidence is against you, what if you also made a statement that the truth, no matter what it,
There are no padlocks
no
strong
padlock
enough to represent the truth.
So what if it's late? Because most times you can actually do it and someone could be killed. What didn't happen is in that kind of situation, or someone could go to jail just like you also said.
What if?
Like it gets to the extreme
Okay, for such cases.
for some cases.
Okay, sometimes it's true. Sometimes it could get to the extreme. But you see, people have different purpose and different assignments. But like, there was a movie I watched some time ago, Who Killed Nancy? I don't know, it was a Ghanaian movie, one of their early movies those days. She married a guy. The guy went abroad. The guy was sending money to her through the secretary. The secretary was not giving her the money. Her parents forced her to marry another man because of money. Because her mother told her that her husband is dead. And they did everything, so she finally married. The husband came back. And said, and she has not had child. Say, what happened, Nancy? With all the monies I've sent to you, you still went ahead to do this. She was trying to explain. The husband refused to answer. She committed suicide. And she killed herself. So the movie was about who killed Nancy. Isn't that the secretary? Who was not remitting the monies? Or is it the mother who lied that the husband is dead so that she can marry another person? Or is it the husband who refused to listen to her? Yes, sir. So like I said, sometimes it could be late on rare cases, and when there's death, that's the ultimate price. Nobody could do anything again in those cases. But in the laws of every country, they have a simple slogan that it is better you risk freeing 99 criminals. It is better you risk freeing them than to sentence one innocent man. So, but one of the things you don't want to do is to now you also as a person accuse somebody who is innocent and it leads to death. Yes, and like sometimes, Center rightly put it at time. But in case of death, nobody can answer that question. It's gone. The truth may be out later. We have had somebody like Gaddafi, the former president of Libya, who died. It is after he died, their eyes now open that the Americans wanted Libya's oil. Because Libya has a population of like 7 million people, and they produce the same quantity of oil as Nigeria. About 200 million people is sharing this one. 7 million people is sharing this one. So you can't compare. Once you are 18, they give you a house. He was paying his citizen salary. He refused every foreign company to come. He saw Julius Berger came and carried his citizens with container, and he packed all of them and sent them out of his country for carrying his citizens with container. And some of us, since we were born till now, Julius Berger was using container to carry our fathers. Yes, and so he was like that, but the Americans twisted the information. Like the way some people said, thank God his son is still alive, that our president was kindergarten and that he's corrupt. So they now brought somebody who is still kindergarten for us. Now everybody's eye is open. Yes, for 8 years, they didn't have one dinner celebration in the villa. It's in my saying that they used to go and cover events in the villa now. In this dispensation, 8 years. Once they didn't even cut one cake inside the villa. Cause that they cut cake. So everybody is feeling it. I remember Timmy Dakolo went there to sing during Good Dog's time. They gave 10 million. Money was just flying. The Ayefele would go and perform for Patient Jonathan. They were just, when somebody is not kindergarten cake, we now saw one event for 8 years that they should celebrate. Never. That since, did you hear that there was one gala night in the villa? Yes, so we now discovered that actually we have sentenced a good man. It was better we had him than some people we have now. You know, I'm a camera for the series, that small boy that is calling our name. Before you know, while I've started. Yes, I heard. So that is it. Yes, Chi?
Let me just put some more light.
Okay.
Sometimes you may just find yourself in the wrong position and the wrong place. You cannot do anything about it. You understand? You become a victim. Just as Tupac said, he's a victim of things he didn't manage. Because they know you as a criminal. Anybody that died in your street
they'll come and meet you straight.
Sometimes, for every trouble that man gets into, the man contributed at least not less than 30%. You understand? From what we are saying, because there will be some element of carelessness from yourself for not having the evidence to prove that you are innocent. You understand?
True.
So even Jesus was vindicated after
Is death.
many people died.
Yeah.
There is nothing we can do about that.
Yes, Chi?
Yeah,
Okay. Now, you see, when you have been in some environments, naturally some things will prepare you to want to do good. Yes, sir. There was a certain guy who came to work with us one time like that. The guy was very young, among many cases, but this one looks peculiar to me. The guy was very young, and somebody just informally brought him. But we saw that it was good, and there was no structure concerning his remuneration. So he had to rely on free will giving. You understand? To survive. Though we were not employing people at that time. But since he had found himself there, I just believe it is human to first of all see the human nature of a thing before the official nature. Like the way the situation played out at the end of the day, and it resulted to a number of issues till now. I think it is first of all important to be a human first before you be a CEO. CEO is different from leaders. A CEO will strictly adhere to the rules and the principles of the organization. The chief executive officer is designed to strictly adhere to the rules and the principles of the organization, no matter who is getting out. So that's why you see a very professional doctor will say, oh, she's dying. Hey, I know she's dying. But you see, we need 500,000 to start something. And at the end of the day, if 500,000 does not come out, they watch the person die. I know some of us have seen stories like that. It's mean you watch the person, you see a human life going. That is the chief executive officer. Now, you ought not to owe anything against that man. Because sometimes, if he doesn't do like that, him too will be out of business. Because people will come like that and they will. And sometimes the reason why some of them are like that is because they have been beaten. You understand? Chief executive officers are trained. But leaders on the other hand, I think they are appointed by divinity. A leader will treat that person first and maybe use police to guide the person until they pay before they release her, but at least let the person be well. But a CEO, the person has to do exactly what the company policy states. So if you want to inspire people, it's leaders that inspire people. CEOs just set rules and everybody follow the rules. You break it, you are fired. Yes, so you now have to choose which you want to be. But there are also prices to pay if you are doing leadership. Like I said, sometimes you are taken for granted. Sometimes you set rules, they don't do it. But you know, if it's a CEO, he gives you a timeline, you miss it. You on your own, you already know the outcome. Yes, like a certain footballer, in particular for the Kaka. After they dribble everybody, took his keeper out, everything, they kicked the ball to the post, he fly like the keeper and punch it. As he punched the ball, he started walking outside. He didn't wait for them to give him the red card. He himself did not wait because he knows he has already broken a major rule. He didn't even see that it's yellow card. If somebody wants to score a goal, you now fly like the keeper and punch it. And you're a midfielder. Before the referee brought out the card, it's already on his way to the dressing room. So that's how CEO. So some of them are strict. I think Tope Fashua said it last time, and I want to check it out. People have started calling some kind of bosses out on Twitter. Say if your boss is treating you bad, put it out. Let's see, send evidence of. So start seeing some horrible mails of our bosses will be talking to people. There's a guy called Ijele, I will mention his name, Ijele. He owns a major hotel in Warri. If I remember the name of the hotel, I will mention it. Because his own, I'm waiting to see him. According to him, there was a record of 50,000 naira theft in the organization. He didn't even bring police to investigate. Instead, he bring people to come and oppress them and naked everybody, including married women. He naked them and videoed them and put on the internet. Because of 50,000. Yes, his name is Jelly. What's the name of that hotel? If I remember, I will say it. You can do anything you want to do. He naked them. Because of about 50 or 100,000 or thereabouts. And the women husband were at home crying. Because of course they were poor. This guy used police to guide himself and oppress them. Me, those are the kind of battles that I fight. It's because I've not got to worry. If I get to worry, Jelly, I'm coming for you. If I get to worry, those are the kind of troubles I will inherit it. You should come and naked me and put me on this. So because those guys were poor, he just oppressed them. Those are not bosses. And how much was he paying them? 18,000. So it is a pointer that when you see things like this, you yourself, you don't need to change your world. Just change the circle where you are. How are you changing the world? Improve from that circle you are. God forbid I have the kind of money that because somebody stole 50,000, I'll not naked the person and video because I have maybe influence I can use against the person. So the secret is simple. First of all, be a human. See everybody with you as friends before colleagues. You first of all need to see everybody as friends. Create that human relationship. You try not to talk to people the way you don't want people to talk to you. Just like you don't come and start talking to people. I don't want to say something, but you know, some of us have seen, you know, I don't just want to say something because I'm on camera. Because we have been in different places. There was a place I worked, you guys will not believe it. My salary was 2,000 every week. A certain company, and I was sourcing for stones for the guy. 2,000 naira weekly. So it will not be foolish of me to not get people who are working for me, and I also repeat it. When I know how I used to collect that 2,000 and squeeze face and go. There are places where we work where we used to be the one to arrange the profiles for projects. We arrange everything, we travel to the location, we supervise, we do everything. When it's time for payment, we are not aware. And at the end of the day, we just see one miserable 50,000 for a project that is worth 100 to 200 million. So right from time of the I remember then I told my boss then, I said, I know I am not around you now. Neither am I trying to compete with you. I told him straight. Because one of the attributes I always have before is to talk. Till date, I said, I'm not trying to compete with you. But all I'm saying is, if you can stay in Mitama and you drive a G-Wagon, I'm the one putting the work. Can I at least stay in Gwarimpa and drive a Corolla? Or Picanto. It's my witness. It's my witness. He knows what I'm talking about. I am not saying I want to be like you to drive a G-Wagon. But you know I'm the one manning this. So if you can stay in Metama and G-Wagon, can I at least have a Picanto? Let me live in Gwarimpa. You should not be in Metama and G-Wagons and Range Rovers and liters of cars in your house, then I'm now in Maraba entering on that rain, then that is unfair. Because the source of the funds that come from the company passes through my hands. And you expect me to just watch and keep quiet, then it's not fair. That's my own belief, that if we are growing, everybody should grow together. That was a major challenge. And so I decided that once I become like that and I have the capacity, I will do things differently. So I vowed that I will take my staffs outside the country every year. That if you have never traveled before and you met me, that's the end. You don't need prayer. I have broken it. You don't need to pray. The answer has already come because you met me. Somebody said to me sometime that nobody has ever given 100,000 in his life. I say, seriously? Yes. Say somebody that nobody ever. I say, really? Say yes. Immediately I transferred 200,000. I say, you don't need to pray. The gene that has kept you in this spot, Mevon, has broken it. So some people, there are things they have not done for you. Those are the things that prepare me. When you say nobody has done this, it triggers me to do it. Because I've been in, I said I was working, they give me 2,000 a week. You guys think I'm joking? Everybody in the neighborhood selling provisions, I was owing them. Because of course, 2,000, what can they buy? What is transport? I live in a place called Kurudu. Some of you here, you are Jebuta, you won't even know it. In the interior, I come out every day, and you give me 2,000 a week, and you see me smiling. Even with that 2,000, I will enter bus and pay for people. I will enter buses and pay for, even with that 2,000. That's where we're coming from. So my principle is simple. If you have security men, take care of them. If not, they can open the gate. There's where I live, there's one guy who used to trouble the security men. He just misbehave, send them message, he will not give them dime, force them to wash his car, he will not. I told him one day, I said, the day they will come, you see this security men, they will be able to say, oh God, don't waste your time going to knock doors. You see that flat? That's where the body is. Go there straight. They will even advise them because he's treating them badly. He's treating them badly. You say you can't treat your maid who you leave your kids for badly. You cannot now. The day you are not looking, she will give her own water to drink and you start curing sickness. So it's very key. First of all, be human. Be a leader rather than a CEO. Any other question? And the only way to get it is to treat everybody well. The security man in this office, in this our complex, comes here and asks to see me. By all standard, I'm not supposed to have conversation with them. In fact, I believe that it's only my office in this floor. They will boldly come and say they want to see the MD. You can't try it with like my neighbors. You cannot. You can't. There was when did that place start? In fact, they won't even have the confidence. But when I come to work in the morning, I greet her, hey, Papa, hey, Alpha, hey, I greet her, hey, Oga, I want to see you. I know I'll come my day. The day I need them. In fact, there was one day they were trying to move some caravan here. One of them ran up and come and call me. That Oga, please, you have to quickly move your car from that place because the team may likely fall. So as I went down, I moved my car. And that's God that somebody else I know, his car is close. He also have an office here. They didn't call him. And I asked the guy, why didn't you call so person? He said, I beg, leave that one. I was not where to call him. He said, okay, so they were even ready to watch his car crash. That's the difference.
Okay, sir, but in this situation, I'm not only talking about people who are working for us or under us. in situations of life, like when you really need a breakthrough, like what English like rationally speaking, when you need a breakthrough, like you're passing through something in life, like you need this kind of helper right now that would just come and
Yeah.
like. So now, how is it that? How are you good? How are you good? Are you going to tell the person I need help? Then from there, the person will know.
Okay. Just to see the spirit, the spiritual control the physical. You are not spiritual. You are actually a spirit. Because somebody who can be here and they'll say the person is dead. The reason is because the spirit is gone. When they say the person is dead, you can actually see the person. The same cloth the person wear, everything. The person is lying there. But the only reason you confirm that the person is dead is because the spirit is no more, no breath anymore. So the real human being is actually that spirit, not the person lying down. Do you understand? This is the point I'm trying to make. You don't decide when you break through. You don't. There is a force in the universe that decides that. And sometimes it's largely due to your capacity. When I was in school, there were so many things I did, I thought I was going to make money. I did not. In hindsight, I discovered that if I had made money then, I would have been dead by now or useless. In fact, I'm one of the people who thank God that I came from a very, 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 very poor home. Because if I had money, I would have had sense. Or pray. If I'm a prayer bank, if it's in money, it should be like 23.5 billion. Because I wake up some days, when I was in school, I don't know where to go. I don't do anything, no job. So I read my Bible. All this scripture you see me quote is what I read. There was a time I read the Bible from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22. More than 3 times. No work. I pick any book I say I read. So these things now form my ideologies. Now I don't have the time to do that anymore. Yes, so you don't determine. There will be a time the universe will say, okay, this person is set. I can't give my car to my 3-year-old daughter to drive. Just because I want her to enjoy driving. The moment she starts the car and move, that is the end. So you don't determine when you get the breakthrough. So, but while you are on your way to it, just smile at everybody you see. Because one of those people you are smiling at it will be the person that will measure your name when it is time. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't determine. You can't pray to God and not tell God, I will answer you. That's what most of us do. You pray to God and you not tell God, I will answer me. Oh Father, I commit this in mind to your hands. As I'm going now, let him give me 1 billion. Hey, he has the money, but why is he not giving me? You can't do that. God will just be watching you. Because he will not let him take glory. So he will find a different way. So just pray and leave it. Don't call anybody name in your prayer. When it will happen, you won't know. I am telling you the truth. Yeah. I'm telling you what I know. So you can't determine it. But can you please be nice to everybody? That's what I'm trying to say. Because Matthew Ashimolo sent a woman car every year. The woman he sent car was the woman, his primary school teacher, who when everybody called him idiot, that woman was nice to him. The woman was the one that forced him to go and study, to go and represent their school in mass competition. There's another woman he sends money every year. It was a houseboy in their house. So imagine your former houseboy is now the Matthew Ashimolo, the real estate mogul. Forget that he's a pastor. He has cities in every country in the world. Not houses, so cities. Your former houseboy. So for you to go and boldly call him and he responds, it's because of the seeds you sowed while he was your husband. I landed in United Airline. I just landed in Asaba. I was not even aware. As I just landed, one of the staffs handed over my bag to me. Just as I'm coming down, I said, first of all, my heart first beat. Wait till they don't see inside this bag again. No, they say, sir, you can have your bag. Are you Mr. Mevon? I say, you can have your bag. I say, why? They say, sir, you can have it. So as I just came back, I was just zooming off. While others were standing, including people who are far, far richer than me. You know the normal thing, they're going to wait for their bags.
Yeah.
As I was zooming off, I saw somebody smiling at me as he was coming. Hey, boss, how far? I said, Babati! You there? He said, yes, this is where it works. That he saw my name on board. So he arranged that. So I followed the different way out. It was my former staff. So if we didn't have that rapport, if people say, hey, if they come, they go delay that bag. I'll keep him here for like 10 hours. You understand? So you never can tell the people who you are seeing. Nobody knows who can become anything. Chidinma can be the next president.
I'm very happy I asked that question.
Yes.
Because it's true. You cannot tell.
You cannot tell anybody.
People say you like it's called rich.
No.
You have to like break it.
No.
You have to like force it. So
No. Yes, it's true. You have to break it, but not force it. As in, you have to keep focus. You have to move with the process. There will be obstacles, you push them. There will be obstacles, you push them. That's the breaking through. Not that you force it. Because you will see obstacles, you will see reasons why you shouldn't even wake up in the morning. But somebody, a voice will tell you, get up, just go. Just go to work. Some days you'll be so stressed that you don't feel like doing anything. A voice will say, just get up. That is the pushing. Yes, it's not actually you are forcing. So when you get up and come to work every day, as you move, you meet people, you walk, that's a pushing, that's a grinding. That's actually the breakthrough. Then another aspect, I think you should also take cognizance, is also the aspect of honor. You understand? Anything you want to be like, find out who is already like that and honor the person. The person doesn't need to know you. You can send them gifts. Put your name on it. From Jessica, from Jessica, from Jessica. One day they will say, who is this Jessica? Do you know what honor does? It twists the universe to favor you. There is what they call breakthrough. There is another thing they call open door. There are two different things. The breakthrough, you have to push, you have to grind, you have to struggle. Then finally, you see the light. But open doors, somebody has already breaking through. You just walk into it. And how do you experience open door? Is to follow those who have broke through. So as they are breaking, and my people have a parable, say, picking when they carry for back, no, they don't say Johnny far. He picking the back, you know, they don't say the trip far. He just lie down, sleep, they just back up. So that's what they call open doors. And that's, to get into open doors, is honor and mentorship. There are places you want to get to. Sometimes 50 years you may not be able to get there. But one phone call for a man who has breaking through in that industry will set you there. Hey, Jessica is coming. She's my daughter. Please attend to her. Just that 10 seconds. That's all you need. You get it. So when people I used to see on TV, they are now my close allies. Because I follow the principle of honor. Even though the ones I'm not even with again, I still honor them. You will never hear that I post on social media or I say it or I insult the person. Even though some of them I'm still angry with their ideology, I'm not still happy with it. But when the need be, they will tell you I still honor them. Some of them I'm even above them now, but when I see them, I still honor them. Yes, it is key. You have to also embrace the principle of honor. It will set you up in ways you can't even imagine. You will just be seated there on one phone call.
thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Any other question? Questions as we're about to... questions? Yeah.
Going back to the issue of when all evidence goes against you. Actually, I had an issue like that when I was in secondary school, which actually reduced. First of all, I lost the person's trust. It was my father, which reduced our relationship a whole lot. It got to a time we had to just lose connection. So, though there was nothing I could do to actually prove myself, so I was just quiet. Let me see, 4 years now, I'm out of contact. I don't know, like, is there like anything?
Okay. Now, it also has to do with the issue of time. It's when they say time heals everything, it's true. There's sometimes, after the process of time has passed, it's still good you reach out. Some people want to talk to you, but in their nature, you understand what I mean? So sometimes, do the process that you still reach out. There are most of my bosses we had fracas with, we are talking today. After some time, I reach out. Hey, boss, how you doing? So I should say hello. Hey, you're doing well. You're everywhere. So we talk. Yes, so sometimes once there's process of time, you reach out, because if somebody is that bad, there are some certain evidences you'll be seeing in the person's life. Yes, but if the person is not that bad as you thought, the person cannot be what or who he or she is today. So I will also encourage, in that case, you should reach out. You will be surprised at the reception. There are people now, they are very close allies I have, who has actually moved the wrong way. I'm just hoping they reach out. I want to help, because I know I could help, but they have not reached out. They knew they did wrong, and that wrongdoings is affecting them. So they don't know how to reach out. But if they could reach out, I will still be me. That's just, so sometimes just reach out to discover that a whole lot of things will just change. Any other question? If there's no question, I hope we have gained, we didn't waste time today. Yes, sir.
So, in the absence of no question, I would like us to say a big thank you to Mr. Samuel Mevon Jr. for this wonderful session. A round of applause with your hands.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.